We're going to be talking more and more about this as the years go by, and we thank you for being ahead of the curve.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else have a question or comment at this time? No. Thank you, Ms. Blonsky.
Thank you, guys.
Mr. Chairman, item number 3 is the consent agenda. And with your permission, I'd like to ask Ms. Cardinale to come to the podium. As you know, with the new financial software, we know it has eliminated a lot of paper with our transactions. We no longer use paper budget revisions. They're electronically entered and processed. So you know, a couple of months ago, we changed the format of the budget revision information. So our challenge is to provide you as much information as we possibly can in a narrative format. I'm asking Ms. Cardinale to at least highlight items 7 through 12 because those are rollover budget revisions, and just want to make sure that there's full understanding of what we're doing with these items.
Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. As Mrs. Cannon said, items G7 through 12, as a way of explanation, hopefully, each year the county departments do have projects that are not complete by June 30th, which is our fiscal year end, or they may have ordered items that have not been received yet. Those projects were approved in fiscal year 2016, but the money was not spent in 2016 or before June 30th. So in order to have those projects complete and to be able to pay for them in 17, we're simply moving the money from fiscal year 16 to 17. This is not new money. As a further point of clarification for a point that Commissioner Keefe raised, and thank you very much, we were not as clear as we should be on item 8. Those are the reappropriation of 911 funds. That is not the use of general fund balance. And I'll try to answer any questions about this process if you have them.
Thank you, Melissa. And this does clear up a lot because the concern was when it says fund balance, most of us think are savings, that money that wasn't spent. But all these things were appropriated.
Correct.
And so it's, again, as you stated, not new money. All we're doing is rolling over.
Correct.
There's no new expenses coming.
Correct.
You know, and in connection with that, I think possibly if right before fund balance you insert which fund balance, that might be further clarification.
Yes, sir. We'll
as
be
well.
glad to do that because I'm sure we may have some more in the next agenda as well.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments from Melissa?
Thank you for that clarification.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Do you have a question? Okay. All right. This time I would entertain a motion to approve. the consent
Motion to
agenda.
approve.
Okay.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Unanimous.
Okay.
Item number 4 is consideration of designation of a voting delegate to the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners Conference.
Okay, this time I will entertain a what do we do, nominate or, oh, Edge, I'm sorry. I forget to look at this. Commissioner Edge, I'm sorry.
Mr. Chairman, I have had the opportunity for many years now to serve as the delegate to the state conference, and I would move that the chairman be appointed to this position.
Okay, moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? I will just say I will gladly serve. I very much enjoyed being the delegate at the last meeting that we were at. It was very interesting to see how the North Carolina counties get together and caucus and do what North Carolina needs to do on a national level. And I'm looking forward to working with them as well as state level for our meeting next month. So without further ado, all in favor?
Next week.
Yes, next week.
Unanimous.
Right, that's this month. I forget it's this month already.
Item number 5 is nominations to boards and committees.
Okay, do we have nominations?
Mr. Chairman, to the, I think the first one is the Cumberland County Workforce Development Board, and I think that had to be reconstituted, and that's why we've got some additional members this time. because there were two positions that were created. But for the vacancy for the representative of business position, I would nominate Jamaris Payton, for Crystal Bennett who is the executive director of Connections of Cumberland County, and Carl Manning, director of development for Kingdom, to the new representative of workforce positions to comply with the 20% requirement for representation of workforce-related organizations.
Okay, that's three. Are there further nominations? Okay. Nominations then are closed. Transportation Advisory Board, there are two vacancies. And I'm still trying to thumb to it.
Trying to get to it.
I'd like to
So
nominate,
somebody go.
forget to push your button.
Okay. Mr. Counsel?
These are just like the other board that designated for specific organizations, a category. So I'd like to nominate Dwayne Beeson and Barbara Caraway.
Jason, Barb Caraway, okay. Are there further nominations? Okay, if not, nominations are closed. Okay, item number 6 is appointment of the ABC Board Chairman. Do I hear a motion?
I can't find it, but I know
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we approve Johnson Chestnut as chairman of the ABC Board.
Okay, is there second to that
Yes.
nomination? Or that's not a nomination, that's an appointment. Is there a second?
Yes.
Okay, seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, Mr. Chestnut was unanimously elected by his board, and we have to approve that. So without further discussion, is there any, is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Unanimous.
Okay,
Item number 7, we have no other appointments for this board meeting, but
Okay.
we do need to recess the Board of Commissioners meeting and go into some water and sewer district meetings.
okay, at this time, I'll recess the Cumberland County Commissioners meeting and convene the Overhills Park Water and Sewer District Governing Board. Ms. Cannon, next item.
Yes, sir. The next item is on the consent agenda, and this is basically consideration of the acceptance of the bids for construction of the Overhills Park sewer extension, which also will include setting up the budget with the rural development grant and loan funds.
Okay, are there any questions on this? Do I hear a motion? Mr. Counsel?
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Moved and seconded, discussion? All in favor?
Unanimous.
Okay, at this time, I'll adjourn the Overhills Water and Sewer District Governing Board and convene the, excuse me. Let me make sure I got this right. I'm going to reconvene the Commissioners' meeting and recess the Commissioners' meeting, and I'll convene the Norcrest Water and Sewer District Governing Board. Okay?
Yes, sir. Under the consent agenda for the Norcrest Water and Sewer District is a rollover budget revision. There were funds that were set aside in FY 2016, $200,000 from that fund for an inflow and infiltration inspection. The project was started in 2016, but will be completed in 2017, so we need to simply move the funding from 2016 into the new fiscal year.
Okay, item 1B, is there a motion?
I move that we approve the budget revision.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded.
I mean, in the minutes, I'm sorry.
The consent agenda.
The consent
Yes.
agenda.
Correct. This is item 1B1. Discussion? All in favor?
Unanimous.
Okay. All right. Adjourn the Norcrest meeting and reconvene the Commissioners' meeting, and now recess the Commissioners' meeting, and then we will convene the Kelly Hills Water and Sewer District Governing Board meeting, and it also has a separate agenda. Ms. Cannon?
Yes, sir. There are two items, and first is the approval of the minutes for the last Kelly Hill Slocum Road Water and Sewer District, and we also have a budget revision in the amount of $93,107. A bill was anticipated in fiscal year 16 for the mag meters that we installed in Kelly Hills. However, it was not received. So this is another budget revision where we're moving the funds from 2016 into the new year, in the year that the invoice will be received so that it can be paid.
Okay, let's take items 1A and 1B1 together. Is there a motion?
Move that we approve the minutes of the December 21st, 2015 special meeting.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded on the minutes. Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Unanimous.
Okay, is there a motion on the budget revision? Item 1B1.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the budget ordinance amendment in the amount of $93,107. And this would require the use of fund balance, if I understand it correctly,
The fund balance from that.
last year.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Discussion? All in favor?
Unanimous.
Okay, I adjourn the Kelly Hills Water and Sewer District. I'm going to reconvene the regular Board of Commissioners meeting. And is there a closed session, Mr. Buchanan?
No, sir.
No closed session. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. All in favor?
Unanimous.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, Board.